Okay, Jodi, let's start with your overall reaction to this election campaign and the results.
Well, it's not surprising that we landed exactly where we launched from, and in the meantime spent $610 million of taxpayers' money.
Well, and I enjoyed you being on APTN National News for our live election night coverage. You had made a point of how that money could have been spent. Give us some examples.
Oh, there's so many ways. When we see the inequities in education, in housing, in water, there are so many ways we could have invested and made a difference in people's lives, and particularly around our children in care, language revitalization. The list is endless on the work that we need to do in this state and with this country and with our nations. And that $610 million could have done so much for our people. However, I do look forward to the $610 that they're going to be investing to demonstrate that we are the priority relationship, that we are the most important relationship that Canada has, as Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said.
We're still waiting on official results, but despite a record number of Indigenous candidates running, it looks like the number of elected to the House of Commons is going to remain at 10. But there will be some new faces. Who are you excited about?
I'm really excited about Blake Desjardins. He's Edmonton, Giesbrecht region. And what I think is really exciting is that he had to work extremely hard. The PC had the stronghold. Kerry Diotte was in that position for quite a few years, and he just demonstrated perseverance, determination, and he overcame every obstacle. And I'm really excited to see what he brings to the forefront.
Indigenous issues were dominating the news cycle before the election. We have the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation coming up. Do you think that Indigenous issues are going to be a priority for this new version of the Trudeau minority government, but also just stay on the radar for Canadians?
Absolutely. I think we are going to be on the forefront for quite a while, particularly as Canadians start to grapple with the reality of genocide on the Indigenous people in the country. And, Kamloops 215 has opened up that wound, not only in our nations, but for Canadians to accept the reality of the relationship. And so now it's not only First Nations putting pressure on the Canadian state, it's also their own citizens. So, which makes, time to leverage and position ourselves to be ready. What are the changes that we need in our nations? What is our plan? What do we expect? What do we need? And be prepared, and to hold the Canadian state accountable to those plans that we have prepared for them.
Well, it'll be a fun next few years. Hopefully it's more than 2 years before we have another one of these elections called. Hopefully we make it 4. Jodi, always a pleasure to talk to you. Thanks for joining us.
Good to see you, Melissa. Take care. XA.